Hey, ladies and gentlemen, what's up? Welcome to the Mike Files. Got Tyler in the house tonight. What's up, Tyler?
Oh, not much, man. Glad to be here. It's been a while.
Dude, been spending your time stuffing shit in Santa Fe's?
Stuffing shit in Santa Fe's, yeah.
That doesn't sound right. What'd you say you had to put in there?
2 10-foot cattle gates in the back of a Hyundai Santa Fe.
That dude had weird stuff going on.
Yeah, it was weird.
Dude, when you're putting cattle gates in a Hyundai Santa Fe,
yeah,
you got weird shit going on.
it was bizarre.
What's up with that?
I don't know. I don't know. And then I asked him. I said, hey, "We got far to drive?" And he said, "Oh, just a whoppity."
Just a whoppity, just 30 miles.
Yeah, and he was driving with his back hatch open,
going down the highway
with 2 cattle gates hanging out the back.
You know, that could be a bad deal too.
Yeah,
because I mean, like there was one day. This was years back. Brooke and I were painting a ranch down in Meeteetse, and we could not get the homeowners for the life. They would not keep the fucking heat on down there, and they had all these sheets of plywood that we had to paint this green color because they were going up outside. It's middle of winter in Meeteetse, so we take them up to Rick's shop, and we've got them stacked in that Suburban that I had in the back, like stacked, like above the bench seat, right?
Right.
And we're going around. There's that big corner past Oregon Basin that goes like that big sweeping corner going towards Meeteetse. This fucking guy in a goddamn semi-truck, and it's snowy out. And he comes flying up behind us and then cuts me off, and I had to fucking slam the brakes on, man. I mean, we almost got decapitated. I mean, I heard those fucking things coming at us, and I felt the lower, they hit the back of the seat, and we both kind of did this and stuck our arms up. But I mean, it was a pile. I mean, if that guy had hit somebody and we'd hit him, we'd have been dead. So it's not going to put things like that in your vehicle. So word to the wise, if you got a Santa Fe, stick to the grocery store, and stay at a fucking cattle ranching. For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
What is he doing with them?
I have no idea.
I've never seen anybody buy anything like that. And I mean, you pull up in a fucking Buick.
Yeah.
Buying, stock tanks.
Yeah.
Just flip it over and put it on top of the car. Yeah. Have your kid sitting in it. Hey, Elvis, get up there. Jesus Christ. No, I heard some funny stories, like Ricardo always has funny stories about the Walmart liquor store. That's why I asked you earlier what the craziest thing was that you'd seen at Baumgart's.
Yeah, I don't really see too much crazy stuff.
You just haven't been there long enough?
Not long enough yet.
There's got to be some. I mean, you're bound to have some crazy Niners come in there.
Yeah.
I mean, inevitably.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're everywhere.
Yeah.
I've seen Niners everywhere. I've seen Niners in L.A. I've seen them in Frisco. I used to see them in Seattle once in a while.
Huh.
And they'd there was a couple times passing them on the I-5, and I had Wyoming plates when I lived out there. Obviously expired by a long ways. But I'd pass them on and they'd wave like we were boys or something, I'd be like, "Fuck
chums.
you, Niner," I'd be driving down the road with my girl in the car. She'd be looking at me like, "What are you yelling at them for? What's a Niner?" She's like, "Are that 49er fans?" No, they're fucking rubes. No offense, Niners. There's some good ones out there, and you got some weird motherfuckers too. But there's some weirdos from everywhere in this state, everywhere.
Everywhere.
It doesn't matter where you're at. You always got weirdos. That's what makes sense. The spice of life, right?
Yeah.
The fucking weirdos. I mean, we got nothing but weirdos running this fucking country right now. We got fucking Bobby Bicycle and fucking Crazy Nancy, cackling Kamala, crying Chucky Schumer. You got Mitch Turtlehead, fucking Potato, fucking McConnell.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's just a creep show. It's like the Muppets, dude. Straight up.
Yeah.
They're kind of like watching the politics shit. It's kind of like the fucking Muppets.
Who are the guys in the balcony?
Oh, I can't remember their names, man. But but they're there. I mean, everybody in there is old, too. They're all old. They're all 80 years old. But they're so out of touch. Nancy Pelosi, she don't even know, did you see her during the State of the Union address?
No.
She stood up behind Biden. Biden's talking about burn pits, right? Because he's saying that that his son Bo, who died of cancer after coming back from over there, that they basically, everything that they had out there, they had to burn. So they had these, like, when you got that many troops and you have to burn it, they had, like, dudes were just, like, assigned to the burn pile.
Huh.
It'd be like KP or doing, latrine duty, I guess. You're just out there at the burn pile. So they burned everything. And so what they're saying is a lot of that stuff was obviously carcinogenic. And so he's talking about the burn piles. And Nancy Pelosi stands up, like, because the thing at the State of the Union is every time the president says something that's just fantastic, they all stand up and like a bunch of fucking seals.
Sure.
Well, he's talking about burn pits and his son who died of cancer. Right? Kind of a serious thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like, and he didn't, there was like no resolution in his statement. No, he was just talking about it and how that it was a terrible thing that because there's been a lot of soldiers that have died from the same thing. She stands up and she does this. She's behind him and she's standing there doing a knuckle rub. And she's just going, and then she sits down and she just keeps doing it. You've never seen that?
No.
Oh, I'm going to pull it up. Pull that shit up. I wish we had a Jamie like Joe Rogan does, where I could just be like, pull that shit up, Jamie. Pull that shit up, Jaime. We need to get a Jamie.
Yeah.
Or something. All right, let's see. I don't even know what you would call that. It'll probably come up if I just put Knuckles. I'm sure everybody out there's seen it. It might not. It maybe.
You don't know what's going to come up when you do this.
Right, that's a bad deal, huh?
Yeah.
But I can't think of anything. I mean, maybe. Okay, here we go. State of the Union. This will be it, because this was like the standout moment. There it is, right there. Oh, this guy's making fun of it. See, look at it. See her? I'm gonna pull this up so everybody can see it. In case you haven't seen it, folks, this is the third most powerful person on the planet. I was hoping there'd be one that wasn't on somebody else's news show. Is she doing it right there?
I can't tell.
I can't tell either. Veterans and, okay, yeah, burn pits. This is what he's talking about, the fucking burn pits, man. So, pull this up. Pause it. Enlarge it. Flip it up, smack it, rub it down just like fucking Belle Biv de fucking Vo. What's wrong with Herman Munster right there? Dude, does that dude not look like a fucking mortician?
Yeah, it looks like...
He looks weird. All right, so here we go.
Incinerate waste, the waste of war, medical and hazards material, jet fuel, and so much more.
Hazards.
And they come home.
Look at her. She's got her knuckles. She's so excited. What does she think is coming right now? Ooh. What does she think is coming? He's talking about hazardous. Look at Kamala over there. She's like she just shit her pants. He's like he might shit his pants. She's like she just peed her pants. What's she waiting for? He's talking about fucking caustic, toxic burn fucking pits. Look at her. She's just anticipating. She just can't wait. What is he going to say? Joe is just so, oh gosh, I think she's got a fucking little crush on Joey.
Never the same.
Watch
Headaches,
this.
Numbness,
Now she just, oh, I forgot.
Cancer that would put them in a flag draped coffin.
What's happening here?
I know.
Oh, Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene yell about, what about the people that you left?
This was my son, Major Bo Biden.
He always brings up his son.
The burn pit that he lived near, that his hooch was near,
Who?
in Iraq and
His
earlier than
hooch?
that in Kosovo, is the cause of his brain cancer, the disease of so many other troops.
Maybe it was your...
To find out everything we can, committed to military families like Danielle Robinson from Ohio, the widow of Sergeant First Class Heath Robinson.
She's looking at him like, you son of a bitch.
Soldier, Army National Guard, combat medic in Kosovo and Iraq, stationed near Baghdad, just yards from burn pits the size of football fields. Danielle is here with us tonight. They love going to Ohio State football games.
I wonder how much they paid her to do that. Why? I mean, you know, I don't know why she'd be like that towards Joe. I mean, they had 8 years to get us out of Iraq. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, George Bush Jr. put us there, but I mean, why would you sit there and, I mean, look at these grandstanding fuckheads. Look at these turds. I mean, I would not, look at the fucking old man right there, and look at this fucking guy. What's he got going on? Look at this guy. What kind of fucking take does he have on anything whatsoever that's going to be pertinent? I mean, he's going to be talking like Grandpa Simpson. The year was 1986. I had an onion tied to my belt, which was the style at the time. We had to say diggity because the Kaiser stole our word for zero. I mean, he's. I bet you he's got a napkin in one of them hands, or he's using that tie to fucking mop up that drool. Oh God, this is a class. Here's a beautiful lady right here. Well, Maxine Waters, she's a real fucking peach. Jesus Christ. Here's an example of term limits. Here's an example. Term limits. Get these motherfuckers out of here. Term limits. Go away. You know, what's this guy? Term limits. This guy over here, old fucking Skeletor. Bye. All of them. I mean, you have the most lecherous group of... this motherfucker right here. This guy, he really grandstanded. What's his... God damn it, I can't remember his name. He's out of New York, man. He grandstanded the shit out of that Uvalde shooting, which we're going to address that later too. That's something that I meant to put on the notes. Anyway, we'll keep going here.
Love building Legos with their daughter.
Knuckles.
Cancer from prolonged exposure to burn pits.
Burn pits.
Ravaged Heath's lungs and body.
Who would think?
Danielle says Heath was a fighter.
What's she looking at now? What's she looking at?
How to stop fighting.
What's she thinking about?
She's just taking a nap.
Oh, she's reading something.
Purpose to demand that we do better.
She's acting like she's reading. I bet she's not reading a bit of that. She's just trying.
VA.
Oh, she doesn't even know what. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna clap.
Linking toxic exposure to disease, already helping more veterans with benefits. And tonight, announcing we're expanding eligibility to veterans suffering from 9 respiratory cancers. I'm also calling on Congress.
It's like he's got gauze in his mouth and he just has his wisdom teeth pulled.
In Iraq and Afghanistan.
Look, there. Look at her. What's she doing? What's she doing? What's she all excited about?
She's grinding her jaw around.
Yeah, the knuckle rub was before
excited.
that. Yeah, she doesn't even know what the fuck is going on, man. That's the third most powerful person on the planet, supposedly, allegedly. I think that was before all this took place, because we are definitely not the superpower of the world anymore. I think Russia and China have kind of taken that over. The ruble has done better. It's performed better than any other currency so far this year after Joe Biden's sanctions.
Yeah.
I mean, it gave Putin the setup to just say, okay, fuck you guys want, he's like, they have dollars, we got the fucking oil,
Yeah.
Fine. Just pay us in rubles. And the ruble has just gone off. It's crazy. And here we are over here in this country living like a bunch of fucking peasants,
Yeah.
Can't put gas in your car. I'm terrified I haven't even seen the diesel cost. I don't even know where it's at in Wyoming now. I know it's probably well over $6. Because the last time, I think you were with me one of those times, and it was what?
$5.77 or something like that.
The last time I filled up my fuel can for the dirt bike, it was for 5 gallons of gas. It was like almost $30. And we're typically a little high out here just because of the tourists. But I was driving around last night. There's nobody at the hotels with Yellowstone flooding.
Yeah.
And they said that by tomorrow they're supposed to have the south entrance open. But a big fucking deal. Everybody's gone home from here. The 4th of July parade this year, you watch it, there's going to be nobody there. We typically have 100,000 people in this little town.
Yep.
There's going to be like fucking 4. I don't know. Nobody's going to have to go down there the night before. That's how lame people are when they go down and put their chairs out the night before.
Yeah, so they can get their spot that they've been sitting at for the last 20 years.
I would just love it if they would just, I don't know, just go down there and it'd be fun. Just go down there and just take all the chairs. I mean, if you just leave shit abandoned on the street, right? It's fair game,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's a good way to.
I mean, is it or is it isn't? I mean, if you just leave some shit laying around, I mean, you go down there and get a shit ton of chairs, man. That'd be a great deal. You know,
you could rent them out the next day.
You could rent them out, or you could just go take them and put them in a storage unit and just list every one of them on eBay.
Yeah.
You know, become that chair guy. That'd be fun to do at music festivals too, when people put down their blankets. I hate that shit. You're standing on our blanket. It's like, yeah, you're right in front of the fucking stage, and you know,
Yeah.
it's like you and your fat old lady are just gonna sit there on the blanket. It's like, you know, it's a GA concert and standing room only. So guess what? We're standing on your blanket, or you're gonna move your blanket. I might even pee on your blanket. I mean, it's ridiculous, man, at these festivals the way people behave. Like at Rolling Rocks, Red Rocks. Like people run in and they just chuck those blankets out. They go running and and it's like wherever their blanket lands, that's their space. Like nobody else paid. No, that's my, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? You know. I mean, what do you need the blanket for anyway? You're at a fucking rock concert. Stand the fuck up. You know, have a couple of beers. Fucking arguing over a blanket. That's what we ought to give the Congress. The Senate and the House of Representatives. Here's your blankets. You guys don't get chairs anymore. You get
blankies.
You get blankets. You give them those woven ones with that. They're scratchy as shit.
Oh yeah.
You know that they always sell like at flea markets and shit.
Yeah.
Those ones that are weird. Then they have the little like not the tassels, but they got like the yarn at the end.
Yeah. Like
It always gets full of burrs and shit.
Yeah.
And weeds, grass and dirt. You just sit on them and you get like a rash on your leg if you know. Yeah, those are great. The classic festival blanket. I don't know how we got going on that. Things go in weird directions. Well, I really wanted to show the knuckle rub. We didn't get much of it there. She had done it right before. I think they edited that shit because they don't want to see the Nancy. She's just really something. Hand gestures. What other hand gestures did she do? I can't even begin. Okay, let's see this. This has got to be it.
Such
right?
strength and clarity, and just like
Oh,
Joe's
God, it's Hannity.
inspiring State of the Union speech last
This
night,
guy.
instead of showing real leadership.
Family Guy made a great analogy to him. They were like, yeah, he's like the little league coach that you don't want your kid to end up on his team. You know, he's such a douche.
On the world stage, Joe basically read off a wish list of repackaging.
No, he's talking like him. It's contagious.
And he offered no plan to curb inflation, or no plan to lower gas prices.
Where's his
no
mask?
Plan to secure the border. No plan to reduce violent crime.
Where are your
no
masks,
plan to
people?
counter China. And by the way, Taiwan.
What's
I
that
would
guy got
argue,
going
keep
on?
a close eye on it. Probably not going to be that long. And he didn't even bother to
Look
mention
at these
the 13
phony shits.
U.S. soldiers who died as a result of his disastrous withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Or the Americans.
We
who
just
have
wanna
been
see the
trapped
knuckle
behind
rub,
enemy
okay?
lines, managed to call them Iranians.
Come on,
People. He'll never extinguish their love of freedom.
Ukrainian, Joe, not Iranian. Ukrainian.
Oh yeah, he called them Iranians.
Many awkward moments from.
That was good.
But he'll never gain the hearts and souls of the Iranian people. He'll never extinguish their love
Look
of
at. She's like, oh God, he just said that.
Ukrainian, Joe, not Iranian. Ukrainian. One of many awkward moments from a very simple speech.
We've already been over this. I just wanted to show you the damn.
The knuckle rubbing.
Yeah, it's so weird, man. It's like.
You decide.
Let's try to.
We spent months building coalitions of other freedom-loving nations.
Freedom-loving nations?
Cutting off Russia's largest banks in the international financial system, preventing Russia's central bank from defending the Russian ruble.
Yeah, now the ruble's stronger than the fucking dollar, you dumbass.
Pound of Ukrainian people, the proud people.
Pound of
ready to
the
fight
pound of
every
Ukrainian.
inch of
He's
they
gonna
have.
what's he gonna do with the pound of Ukrainian people?
I don't know.
Oh, here's the knuckle rub.
Reaction to Biden's
There it is. See it?
comments about
There, look at that.
very simple, very
Look at this. What is she doing?
about. Anyway.
Okay,
meanwhile,
yeah, she's real happy.
bumbling
Look at
his
what's she
way
doing.
into a
She
very
stands up.
simple
What is she
speech.
doing?
81-year-old Speaker of the House,
Is she having a
Nancy
stroke?
Pelosi,
Then she sits down. She what is?
in a very bizarre way. Now take a look at her very joyous reaction to Biden's comments about
burn pits
in the Iraq War. You maybe can explain this to me, because I can't.
In Iraq and Afghanistan faced many dangers. One being stationed at bases breathing in toxic smoke from burn pits.
This is,
Many of you have been there.
I mean,
been out of Iraq and Afghanistan over 40 times.
You've been in and out of 40 times?
Incinerate waste.
Did he just say he'd been in and out of there 40 times?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
Anyway,
fuck no, he hasn't.
And then there's Vice President Kamala Harris, and Kamala Harris, she brilliantly described the conflict in Europe like this, quote, Ukraine is a country.
Oh yeah, that was good.
It exists.
That's enough of these fucking fools. And they're talking like that. It's either going to be her or Biden running for president for the Democrats. And then we're going to have Trump. It's going to be Trump again. In this whole fucking January 6th nonsense. I mean, what a bunch of goofy shit that is. I mean, they're putting the shit on prime time. They hire a producer for it. They're saying that somehow he, all Trump said was, I know you're all going to march to the Capitol peacefully. They all knew that was going to happen. And the crazy thing is, I don't know, have you watched any of it? Have you seen any of the footage? Did you see like the gallows? Somebody built a gallows, right? And they were yelling, hang Mike Pence. But it was all these dudes it was like this Ray Epps guy that we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And a bunch of people like him but there's nobody got charged with anything about the gallows. There is footage of the guys that were like building it. And these dudes, I don't know, man. They look pretty fetty to me. And then they arrested like a bunch of, like 31 of them in Coeur d'Alene the other day that were supposedly trying to overtake a pride parade in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And they all had on like khakis and the same t-shirts, and they had like white masks, and they were just way too robotic to be a group of even militia. And like the cops had them arrested. These guys were on their knees. They had their hands behind them, right? And like they left their backpacks on them, and they left their masks on them. Like they weren't wearing masks because of COVID. They were wearing masks to hide their identity. And the first thing a cop is going to do if they arrest, the cops weren't wearing masks. I mean, they're going to want to see your face, right?
Yeah.
We've both been on the other side of that fucking ticket.
Sure, they want to know.
I've never worn a mask, but
yeah.
But I mean, if you were wearing one, they're going to peel that shit right off your face. I mean, these dudes, it was weird, man. I'll see if I can find that. It was crazy. And I think that, well, and then so you go back beyond that, right? You've got the whole thing that happened in Michigan, okay? There was this whole plot by this militia to supposedly kidnap the governor. Well, like 9 out of 11 of them were FBI agents. I mean, so they're orchestrated, and the FBI has been proven to be. I mean, look at Jesus Christ, McCabe, fucking that doofus. I can't even think of his name. That big buffalo head fucker. That I want to keep saying Cuomo, but that's not him. That goofball that was in charge, the director during the last, the Hillary election or whatever. God damn it. I hate that when that happens. Now I'm like Biden. God, does anybody have my fucking oatmeal? James Comey. Jesus Christ. I mean, that dude, crooked. McCabe, crooked. You had, that fucking, those other two, that Peter Sliden or whatever the fuck his name was, Peter Strzok and Lisa, what was it, Lisa Page? They were having an affair. And they had these emails between them where she's like, you don't think he's really going to win? He's like, well, we have an insurance policy. There's no way Trump will never be I mean, they were sitting there. These are the FBI, and they're plotting the election,
Yeah.
But these guys in Idaho, this was a weird one. And this just happened the other day. And I watched it, and I thought that. And then I saw what Jimmy Dore had to say. He said he thought the same thing. Joe Rogan thought the same thing. And, And then they said, well, they didn't have any guns. You know, it's just like the people at the Capitol. There was no firearms. Now these fucking idiots on the July 6th committee have come out and lied and said that cops died there. No cops died. One person died, and that was the retired veteran. Yeah, that was it. And the guy that shot her had a history of being like a loose cannon. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, why did the cops... Okay, let me ask you this. In D.C., you're not allowed to have guns. Why do the cops need guns in? I mean, and you know what? One of the most crime-ridden and racially unequal cities in the country is D.C. It's the worst.
Right.
As far as racial equality goes. Absolute worst. You're not allowed to have guns. Why do the cops all need guns? And how come you hear gunshots going off every fucking night there? Like when I go out there and stay at my brother's, like gunshots all the time. Almost on a nightly basis, just right up the street. It's a weird city, man. It's like block by block. It changes, you know. But if all this gun control and shit really works, then I don't know. I mean, look at the nation's capital. I mean, it's a lot nicer than it used to be back when Marion Barry was the fucking mayor of that place, man. That dude was doing so much he was doing so much blow and smoking crack and shit. They got that hotel up there by the fucking Capitol Hill, man. That's where they caught that Elliott, whatever the fuck his name was, that governor of New York, banging toots up there. Doing them toots, huh? Yeah. But anyway, let's see. Let's look at this. Dude, Coeur d'Alene is one of those that I can never spell. Here we go. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. There are 31 arrested. Now look at these guys when these guys come up. And you tell me that, okay. Once again, I'm going to have to pull the monitor up.
We are following breaking news this evening. More than 30 people.
All right. Here comes the monitor, ladies and gentlemen. It's real high-tech around here. All right, 31 arrested. This was in Coeur d'Alene during a Pride parade. Maybe these guys were gay. Maybe they were L or G or B or T or Q or I or A or plus. Who's to say those 31 weren't plus?
Yeah.
Maybe they were just out there supporting. They just looked a little different. Maybe they were discriminated against.
Are in jail tonight in Kootenai County for conspiracy to riot in downtown Coeur d'Alene and in the Pride.
Riots on the streets of Coeur d'Alene.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Emily Bloom. Police have reason to believe that group is connected to a white
this thing's right in your face,
organization. Eleni Dow is live in Coeur d'Alene tonight with what we know so far. Eleni?
We just blocked Tyler out.
Emily, Coeur d'Alene Police and the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office arrested 31 people at this corner here in Coeur d'Alene. And those people, they say, were part of a white nationalist group called Patriot
There we go.
Front. Police say they found riot gear in the U-Haul, including shields, shin guards, and a smoker grenade.
Shin guards.
Police say a concerned citizen called 911.
What did they find?
They saw 20 people jump into
a shield, shin guards,
sounds like
and a smoke grenade.
Sounds like they're getting ready to go play soccer.
A smoke grenade. It probably got a fucking smoke bomb from the goddamn fireworks store.
U-Haul wearing masks and had shields.
Oh,
Police stopped them about a block from the Pride in the Park
now,
Festival.
Guy's still got his mask on. He's still wearing his gloves. They don't know what's inside those gloves. You know?
Right.
I mean, he could have a fucking lockpick set in his gloves. He could have anything in his gloves. I mean, he's got his backpack. Which way are the cops looking?
They're looking at us.
Right. Look, every one of them has the same thing on, same kind of khakis. Why are they not paying attention to what's going on with these guys? Look at this unit that he's got. This guy's got. That's quite a. That's quite a. Look at that, man. That's some pretty crazy gear he's wearing. What is this thing? Look at that. That looks like it could leave a mark. It's like a fish hook. That's pretty brutal. Yeah, that's some pretty. He looks like a fucking G.I. Joe. What's up with those weird pockets on the pants, dude? That's kind of
in
crazy.
Coeur d'Alene City Park. Police say those arrested are from multiple states, including Washington.
They all got their
Idaho,
sunglasses
Texas,
on.
South
Look, they don't
Dakota.
want you to know who those dudes are. They all got sunglasses on. They haven't taken their sunglasses off. They haven't taken their face coverings off. They haven't taken their hats, their backpacks, and they're not even looking at them. Now, you tell me that doesn't allegedly reek of some kind of an inside job. Like, these guys were set out to go there. They're on a mission. You got to go and do this disruption. We're going to fake a fucking big arrest scene, you know? Mm-hmm. I wonder how many of them are in jail right now. I mean, what did they arrest them on? Having shin guards?
Conspiracy.
To do what? They didn't have no firearms. They had
Conspiracy to riot.
But they weren't rioting.
But they conspired to.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did either.
I don't think they had anything to do with the riot. I think they just showed up doing what they were told to do, and I think they're all just federal agents, and they probably just got released.
More. The Coeur d'Alene police chief could not say whether or not they had other weapons.
That guy's talking. Okay, look, that guy's talking at that dude, at Barney Fife here.
Yeah.
I love those hats. It's like a frisbee with a bowl on it. You can eat chili and grilled cheese out
It's
of
like
it.
those like half of one of those things where you used to had the ball
Yeah.
in the middle and the platform around it, and you'd stand on it.
Yeah. What were those? What was those called?
I don't remember.
Pogo ball.
Something like that.
Yeah, those suck.
Yeah.
Could you imagine wearing that thing? And it's got like a back. It's got like a chin strap. Only it's a chin strap that goes around the back of your head. I mean, in a windstorm, that thing's got to be. It's got those tassels on it. What's up with that? I've got tassels. I'm accredited. Look at my tassels. Fear me.
Yeah.
I mean, police uniforms are pretty fucking shitty. It's like wearing. It's almost like a high school band uniform. You know?
And unless you're that sheriff.
Yeah, then you get that cool shit. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he gets to dress up like G.I. Joe.
Police also found
But
papers
look
that
at these
were similar
cats.
to an operation.
I mean, okay, so those dudes can't have shin guards, but look at this fucking dude. I mean, look at this. This guy.
Looks like he's dressed for a football game.
He looks like Barry Bonds used to look, man, with all that arm gear on. I mean, and then you got this guy over here, old Schleprock. What's he got? Is that? Oh, he's got a. Oh, that's a. I guess that's a. Is that a grenade launcher?
Or like
tear
maybe
gas.
One of those beanbag.
It could be a beanbag gun or a tear gas launcher. What's he got here? Fucking Nerf balls? Maybe.
Oh, maybe that's it.
That's smoke grenades.
Yeah.
He's got the smoke. He doesn't have no protection on. This guy over here, this guy's ready to go like some sci-fi fucking intergalactic battle. And this guy, he just came from 7-Eleven. He's just looking around. He's like, yeah, this is fucking lame. These two back here, they're just yucking it up. What are you doing tonight? I don't know. You want to watch Monday Night Football?
Plan. Those 31 people each face a conspiracy to riot.
They were in a.
Which is only a misdemeanor.
Okay, they had a bunch of bags in a fucking U-Haul. Were they riding in the U-Haul?
That's what they said.
31 dudes in a U-Haul. Now listen, when I lived in Portland, a buddy of mine, we had his bachelor party, and so we put a bowling ball on a chain and tied it to his leg.
Sure.
And we threw a couch and a keg in the back of a U-Haul. And we went to a strip clubs. And how do you think that ride went in the back of that thing?
Oh, I bet
It was
rough.
horrible.
I bet it was super rough.
Dude, and the poor dude, man, I mean, his leg got all fucked up because he had that ball and chain on. I mean, he was just getting whipped around back there.
You ever watch that shit where they show the guy?
Yeah, they leave the door open
The
with
bait.
the guys get in and they shut the door and take off. I mean, it's funny and all, but that's what they did to Freddie Gray in Baltimore. The guy that he ended up dying from it, man. They did that in Baltimore. They put him in the back of the paddy wagon and just took off. And I mean, I've been in the back of those before too, where they've done that. It's not fun, man. You get and then if you're cuffed, dude, there's really nothing you can do. I mean, you're just flying all over the place like a rag doll. That's why they burned down Baltimore.
In Idaho.
And it wasn't just City Park that they were planning to riot in. There was some other information.
How do you know?
On going down Sherman, for instance. So preventing a riot by arresting 31 people with a misdemeanor, I will gladly do that every day of the week.
They all got a misdemeanor? 31 people arrested, but they hadn't even done anything. I mean,
In addition to the 31 arrested, police arrested 2 more people at Pride in the Park event. One person for disorderly conduct and another for trespassing.
Why are they?
We're not from Idaho either.
I mean, what's going on here? Why don't they just yard them out? Why are they all sitting there?
Processed in jail tonight, and they will be facing a judge on Monday, which the police department says they will have more information then. Of course, we will continue to keep you up to date on this situation on KXLY.com and on 4 News Now. Live in Coeur d'Alene tonight, I'm Eleni Dow, 4 News Now.
See, they just do these, they just have these little things that I mean, I swear to God, this stuff is just all contrived and bullshit. I mean, have you ever seen anything like that? I mean, you had the media there, the cops are all standing there all,
Yeah. I've never seen anything.
And then those guys they're all on their knees and they're all sitting, they're sitting there on their knees the exact same way. I mean, these are guys that have obviously had some kind of training because they're all doing the same thing.
Sure.
You're not going to tell me that you could take 31 guys like you, me, and, any other number of dudes that are like, hey, let's go, we'll riot at the gay parade. I mean, and then us all just to take the knee like that and wear the same thing.
Yeah.
Same glasses, same face covering, and the cops aren't going to take the face coverings? Why didn't the cops take the face coverings? You want to know who you're looking at.
Yeah.
Coeur d'Alene is a small place. It's not that big. I mean, if you've got this group of people and you've got information, then you're going to know who those people are. So wouldn't you want to see their faces?
Yeah, you can't really write tickets if you don't know who you're talking to.
I'm gonna look further into this and see what actually happened, because they said that they were supposed to have gone in front of a judge yesterday, or I guess probably the day before yesterday. As of now, it's probably after midnight, isn't it? The late night show. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is it? Oh, I turned my phone off.
12:40.
12:40. Yeah, pretty crazy. No, did you see that the college swimming decided they were going to ban transgender swimmers from competing?
I say good.
Anybody that's been a biological male is no longer allowed to compete in women's collegiate swimming. And Leah Thomas was very upset. I find Leah Thomas to be pretty arrogant.
I'm intrigued by her.
Well, I'm not necessarily. Whatever. But I find it hard. She sat down for an interview, and was just like, basically like, I don't care. Yeah. I'm going to compete, and I feel good about myself. And it's like, you're beating up on a bunch of girls, basically. I mean, I looked up some stuff about this earlier, and John McEnroe got in all kinds of trouble a number of years back because he said that if Serena Williams was playing tennis against the men, that she would be ranked about 700. Venus and Serena came out in, I want to say, 1998, and they said that they could beat any men's tennis professional ranked at 200 or lower. The guy at 203 stepped up to the plate and said, okay, let's go. And he beat both of them consecutively. He was ranked 203, That dude was ranked 500. He was way down. He was 500 and something, if I remember right. He might have even been, he was down there. I mean, still, that's a good swimmer. I mean, there's a lot of D1 athletes out there, and it's nothing to be him-hawed about, but that shows you right there the difference between a man's biology and a woman's, and the physical stature. And it's not being misogynistic. It's not being sexist. It's just stating the facts.
There's a difference.
There is a difference. And yeah, sure, you have, little wimpy dudes that, would get their ass whooped by a woman, and do. But, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. It makes about as much sense as taking a kid and having a gender reassignment surgery before they go through puberty or become an adult. You know, and then it's like they're forcing kids to, you know, it's like these parents, they want to have like the status of, oh, well, you know, God, Bradley, she, you know, it's like they're forcing kids into this shit. You know, I don't care. A kid wants to, I mean, you know, like I said, like when my kid was little, he liked the color pink. And everybody's like, you're a lot more. I'm like, the fuck gives a shit? It's fucking color.
Yeah.
I'll wear fucking pink. I don't give a shit. I don't like the color, but I'll wear it. I mean, if it's to prove a point or something, I don't give a shit. I don't care.
I used to have a pink T-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. I got pink tattoos. I got Meg Griffin tattooed on my leg, and she's got a pink shirt and a hat on.
Yeah.
How about that? But then you got Meg Griffin tattooed on your leg, do you?
I mean, I don't.
I'm hot for Meg.
Knew it.
Meg. No, she's just part of the family. I got all of them. Every one of them. Well, not every one of them. That'd be a lot of characters. I want to find a place for greased up deaf guy.
You got the old man.
I'm not putting him on there. No Cho.
No Cho.
No, dude, I ain't tattooing any Chomo, even if it's a cartoon or not. That's just on general principle right there, bro. Straight up GP, man. If I ever go back to prison, God forbid, going there with a tattoo of that guy, dude, no. I got Joe. I got Cleveland. Peter, the chicken. Meg, Chris,
You got the
Stewie.
angry monkey.
I do. Yeah, I got the angry monkey right on my shin. It's just he's right there.
Oh yeah.
And I haven't finished this one, but there's Peter punching the chicken in the face.
Oh nice.
And then but yeah, that was the first one I did, was the angry monkey. I was watching one of those episodes one night, and I just was like, oh fuck it.
Yeah.
It was one where Chris was having a fight with the monkey, and I said, oh, tattoo the angry monkey. And then I just started going from there. I don't know. It'll look pretty cool when it's all done. I'm trying to think about what I'm going to do for a background of it all, though. Like, if I want to put their house behind it or something.
I think you should do that.
What?
Your little design.
Oh, this thing? Yeah, that'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would look cool. Yeah. That's a good idea. Every once in a while, Tyler Tracy. Every once in a while. Yeah, well, pork chops and applesauce. Oh, what else did we have here? Oh, hey, they added another $45 billion to Joe Biden's military budget. That's good. And they cut free lunch for 10 million students. So we've sent $56 billion to Ukraine. They've allocated another $45 billion, and it sounds like we're going to send $1 billion a month to Ukraine, or 1.5, and we're going to eliminate free lunch for 10 million school students in this country. Awesome. That's not Joe Biden's fault, though, people. You don't understand. He didn't do it. He's like Bart Simpson.
He's a victim.
He's the I didn't do it kid. Not a kid. He likes kids, but allegedly. That was the first person he went to. Once they picked his ass up off the concrete, first person he went to was a little kid.
Yeah. He's asking him advice on how to get off a bicycle.
The kid told him he's going to be president, and he said, well, when you're president, are you going to remember me? And I was like, thinking, that kid's ever president, you're going to, I mean, it's like, you don't even know if you're going to live through this, buddy.
Right.
You know, I mean, it was a pretty nasty spill. And then somebody put the meme together like they did when he fell up the stairs with Donald Trump hitting the golf ball. So they did one for that too, and it was pretty good. I don't know, man. It's pretty crazy.
He spends a lot of time falling down.
His speech is just amazing too. I mean, I swear to God, he sounds like he's just been to the dentist's office and he's all shot up with Novocaine. He's got gauze balls in his mouth. He might have balls of some sort, allegedly, in his mouth, but allegedly. I don't know. The otter balls.
Otter balls.
I don't know. I don't know what's up with the guy. he's just it's just bizarre. It's so bizarre, and it's almost hysterical. And then you throw in, you got these characters, man. It is. It's look at like, I mean, folks, you can't see this, but I'm just gonna pull it up on the screen just so you can see what we're looking at. This is just up on the other monitor, and you look across all the people here, and there's one person that shows up twice on there, and that's Kim Iverson. She's the only one that doesn't look like a Muppet, right? Gutfeld even looks like a Muppet. Tucker looks like, they all look like Muppets. I mean, look at this. Tell me those aren't Muppets. Let's see if we can go to a better view. We'll do a little, there it is. Yeah, we got a big shot down the screen now. Look at all those people, except for Tyler and I up in that corner too. We're not Muppets. We are definitely, well, we're kind of Muppets. Depends on if it's Slapsgiving or not.
Yeah.
On Slapsgiving, definitely Muppets.
Definitely Muppets.
Yeah, we should do that sometime. We'd probably get a lot more views.
Probably if we're just sitting here
just to slap the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
I bet it would go viral. We could sit here and sound as pseudo-intelligent as we could possibly be. It's just like nobody gives a fuck when we start slapping the shit out of each other, man. Here comes the views, the sponsorships, the cars, you know.
Heads bouncing off the
private
desk,
jets.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the guys from Jackass.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve-O went to fucking clown school, for fuck's sake, before Jackass. Do you know that?
I think I'd heard that.
I mean, clown school. I fucking hate clowns. I can't even imagine trying to go and be one. I mean, I'm a clown in my own way, but...
What about a rodeo clown?
No. I remember that. God, there was that one out here, man. He was a pain in the ass. He was always in the middle of shit at Cooter Brown's back in the day. I was always throwing him out. I won't say any names. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
He just couldn't handle his booze. Or he'd been hit in the head by too many bull asses or whatever, you know. I don't know, when your living is running around and jumping in a fucking barrel and getting flung around by a 2,000-pound animal. I mean, hey, somebody's got to do it, right?
No. No.
I mean, somebody. I mean, you know, how are you going to have the world's largest nightly hee-haw without it?
You know, there's this commercial.
They go to
the
school for
radio.
that.
There's a commercial on the radio.
Yeah.
And it talks about how Cody, Wyoming has the world's only and longest lasting nightly rodeo.
Right. I remember how
I find that super redundant.
I do too.
Like I think like they don't need to say that it's the longest lasting if it's the only one.
Right. And it's not like nightly either, because it only lasts, I mean,
a few months.
Yeah. 96 nights. Remember when you wanted to open it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to say that out loud because that'd be giving away your idea and it might still come to fruition.
Yeah.
Maybe we should look into that.
That'd be cool, huh?
It would be.
Something.
Yeah. I wonder if you have to, what kind of haberdashery you have to go through to do that.
I don't know, but it seems like, you know,
I mean,
things are popping up all over the place.
Right. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily have to have a brick and mortar place. I mean, you just, you know.
No, yeah.
I don't know how that would work. I'd have to look into it. I'm sure there's all kinds of legalities. This state is fucking ridiculous like that. Like, this is like the state where everybody's like, work out, but keep your hands off us. Get your damn hands off my dog, you know, like, Don't bother me. But then when it comes to things like fucking something as stupid as a plant, you know, we'll be the last state in the union to legalize marijuana. I mean, in the alcohol law, it's just weird. There's all these crazy legalities around here now. It's like it used to be kind of the Wild West a little bit.
Yeah.
Like,
this lady came into the store yesterday.
Now it's just like everybody's
a one-hitter hanging around her.
Nice.
And she just reeked.
Wow. Did you let her know where she was at?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh, boy. Yeah, I mean, these guys here, they find you looking like that, you walking around with that. First of all, they're not going to know what it is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's just dumb. But if you don't know, I mean, I've had people come here that, I mean, and that's like, you know, they want to puff up on the podcast. It's like, no.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't do that here, man. Like, even Joe Rogan couldn't, you know, once he went to Texas, you know, that all ended.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the last thing you want to have happen is but you look at a guy like Tim Pool, though. You know how many times Tim Pool has been, oh, God, what do they call it? Swatted. He's got he moved out in the country back east. I'm not even going to say the name of the state because I don't want to put him on blast. Everybody already knows, but he does his podcast out at this, what he calls his compound, basically.
Oh, yeah.
And people keep swatting him. They keep calling in saying somebody was shot. And so they've busted in. Like the other night, they pulled him out of the podcast for like 3 hours and they kept the cameras running. It's like the 8th time that's happened to him. Don't quote me on that. It's been a lot of times that it's happened.
I remember the first time that it happened.
That's serious shit.
And that wasn't even that long ago.
No, it wasn't. It's happened over and over. It happened like twice in that 1 week. And it's happened again and again and again. And people, if you think you're going to swat, don't swat people. Don't do that. That's dumb. Somebody's going to end up dead. And when they end up dead, if you're the one that swatted them, you're going to end up in fucking prison. Okay? Straight up.
Slaps, not swats.
Yeah. Or yeah, something like that.
You
But
know?
it's such a stupid thing, and I don't think people understand. I think the first one that happened, it was like a kid in like Kansas. They were online gaming, which the online gaming, and nobody wants to see you play your video game. I don't understand how that Twitch and all that shit is. Who wants to watch somebody else play video games? What in the fuck is wrong with you people? If you're somebody out there that streams your video game, wrap it up, man. Wrap it up.
But there's people making money off of it.
Oh, they'd make tons of money because who watches that?
Yeah, if you're out there watching.
My
people
kid did that with that Minecraft shit, and every time I'd go in his room, he'd be watching that shit, and I'm like, dude, I got you the game on the fucking PS4 or whatever And I'm like, why do you watch this? And it never failed. It was always like some old British dude with, and I was like, oh God, these are chomos.
Yeah.
They're out there fishing for these kids. I mean, what kind of grown-ass man plays Minecraft?
I've never even seen Minecraft.
I messed with it one time when Jax was little, man. I bought the whole thing for Christmas one year, and he's like, wanted me to play with him and show me how to play. And I mean, dude, seriously, it was like not even probably 5 minutes. And I was like, no.
You just run around building stuff, right? With
Yeah, I
blocks.
mean, and I think it's probably good for little kids because it gives them the, it gives them, ideas of, structures and shit like that. But I mean,
Sure.
it's basically a video equivalent of playing with Legos, I guess. But I already played with Legos. I'm done.
Right.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Legos I'm done with Legos.
I don't play with Legos anymore.
I play with different things. Myself. I knew you were going to say it, so I figured I better say it first. I take credit for that shit before I. Sometimes you got to get out in front of things, even if it is a bus.
Yeah.
Wham! On that note, you're about ready to fall asleep.
I'm a little tired.
Yeah, you're on that working dude schedule.
Yeah.
Fucking square.
I am.
Oh well, that's fine. I'd rather have you be a square than be in prison.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Almost, man. What is it?
You're getting short, man. Getting short to the door, bro.
I know. Pretty soon I'm going to start counting damn days.
Yeah, that's the worst. The last month is the worst, dude.
I think probably I'll be able to hold off for like
probably
a couple more months and not counting down days, and then eventually.
Did you count days when you were locked up?
No.
No, exactly.
No.
That was the best advice I got was don't count days. A dude told me to count months, and he goes, don't even do that though. But if you have to do, and so I started out doing that, and then the next thing I knew, I always had a calendar in my locker, but it was nice because there'd be times where I'd just look at it and I'd be like, oh shit, that was 3 months ago. Grab my pen and just go 3 months and flip it to the next one,
Yeah.
Now they're gone.
See, I didn't keep a calendar.
Yeah, I always had one.
I didn't count down months. I counted down years.
I had one because of being involved in the gambling shit, so I,
Yeah.
notes on what games and shit like that. But I did never really look at, I didn't count days. But I knew guys that did. That had to have been shitty.
Oh, that's a miserable existence.
But I tell you what, though, the last 30 days was the toughest.
Yeah.
30 days out, man. I mean, I got out of the. I gave my remotes away in the TV room because that's where everything goes bad. And I was either on the yard or on my rack. I was either reading a book or I was out, doing burpees and lifting weights and running around the track and shit. And that was it, And those 30 days went slow, and I found myself getting real irritable with people. And then when people find out you're short too, then they want to get, then they want to get you. Yeah, they want to get you in a wreck, man, because they're pissed off. They're jealous you're getting to go home, and I tried to keep everybody. I tried to keep anybody that wasn't close to me from even knowing that I was going home. Because that's when I saw a lot of guys get in wrecks over that shit, man. I saw one dude, he'd been down for damn near 20 years. Went through the residential drug and alcohol program, got his year off. Went back to his other unit, and they found a cell phone on him. He was 2 weeks to the door.
Oh,
that's an automatic. In the feds, that's an automatic 2 years.
Yeah.
And he had to give his year back for the RDAP program, so it was another 3. His family was ready to see him. It was like, God damn, dude, fucking flush that thing, throw it in the break it, do something, get rid of it. You don't need that. You're going home in 2 weeks. Why do you need a cell phone?
Yeah.
You get one as soon as you walk out the door, And I wouldn't doubt it if it was probably the cop that brought it into him, because those guys get $1,000 a phone.
Yeah.
I mean, they got temptation too. Those guys that work as prison guards.
Yeah.
A lot of them dudes have gambling problems. They live beyond their means. A lot of them drink too much, hanging out at bars, chasing women around. And they, hey, you bring the stupid cell phone in, $1,000. A tin of that Bugler tobacco is $500.
Yeah, we didn't have any. None of the COs were like that.
Well, when you're in Los Angeles, it's a different story. In L.A., a lot of those guards came from the same neighborhoods as the guys in the prison. Yeah. And so they knew each other on the streets. You had a lot of Hispanic guards.
Knew each other's mothers and
right, and I think a lot of that came into play too. They'd be like, "Hey, man, we know where your sister stays.
Yeah,
you're going to do this for us, or I mean, because there's a lot of those cats in there that are certainly still just tied to the streets, just as close as they ever were. All they got to do is send word, Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of guys that get compromised fairly quickly, and they don't. I don't think they do a very good job of, figuring that out. They just need people. But they were constantly walking cops off the yard. You see these guys in suits would come in, and the next, you can see, oh shit, there'd be no more heroin on the yard. It's gonna get ugly.
People are gonna be sick.
Yeah, because everybody knew who, which ones were bringing in what.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, that's what I'd always tell them, man. They'd try and fucking shake me down on shit. I'd be like, dude, you're just one fucking misstep away from sitting right here on the same side of the bench I'm sitting on with the same color I'm wearing, dude.
Right.
So you're one misstep away from it. They didn't like that, but it's true. And the average lifespan of a federal CO after they retire is 2 years.
That's not very long.
They were having funerals for guys all the time after they'd retire. And I don't know what it is, man. It's crazy. It's wild. I mean, they're just doing a job. I don't wish any of them ill. And there was a lot of them that were cool, But
yeah,
I mean, just like anything, you got cool people and you got fucking dickheads. But then you got Muppets
and douchebags.
What's that Muppet song? Dun 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 dun.
I don't remember the Muppet song.
Fucking Swedish meatball guy. Smorgy. I should look that song up too. All right, we're gonna get out of here.
I need a nap.
You need a nap, yeah. Yeah, your mom called and said you need a nap.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm supposed to tell you hi from my mom.
Hi Cynthia, if you're watching.
She's asleep.
Oh, yeah, it's late.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she might see it tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe.
If so, shout out to Cynthia Tracy, one of my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah, she told me to tell you hi earlier.
Awesome. I love your mom. She's cool as shit.
Yeah.
All right, we're out. And we'll go out. Should we go out with Oopsie Pants? Or we'll just do some slides. How about that? And just do some random fucking...